why the fuck do y'all keep bothering this nigga? So for those of y'all who don't know, One Punch Man Season 3 received a new director named HENTAI NAGAI, and recently he responded to the backlash from all of the fans. And it says, "It's sad to see fans get angry and curse, you betrayed our expectations." Now before we go any further, I do want to address my previous videos where it sounded like I was criticizing JC Staff. So as we all know, JC Staff had well around 6 years or half a decade to get One Punch Man Season 3 ready for release. But as we can see, it's came out and they are still doing One Frame Man. Now I do completely stand on all the shit that I said about the animation because, I mean, just look at it. However, as time goes on and the more anime you watch, you start to know a lot more about how the anime industry works behind the scenes. And at the end of the day, you start to realize all the blame goes to the higher ups. For example, let's take a look back into the post-pandemic era. We had MAPPA going crazy with Attack on Titan final season, JJK season 2, and then Villain Saga season 2 as well. However, despite how properly and successful these were animated by MAPPA, we later find out that all the employees at MAPPA get overly worked. Japan is the same country that would not allow you to let you go home and see your family. With MAPPA, not only did they receive that punishment as well, but anybody who got hired was not allowed to get any animation class or preparation to get them into the big leagues. The big problem is that in Japan, there's a thing called anti-slander laws. This means that anybody in any industry, whether it being the anime industry, manga industry, or any business industry, JC Staff included, literally cannot speak up against the higher ups, even if they are correct. And this is the exact same shit that happened in MAPPA too, because literally a month right after we found out how poorly the MAPPA animators were treated, they then released a new rule that anybody who works at MAPPA cannot release no information to the outside world, the type of shit that goes on in the office. Another example we can look at is Dragon Ball, because before we were told about the Dragon Ball 40th Anniversary Festival coming out next year, we were told that Dragon Ball was not going to have any news for the entirety of 2026 due to a war of legal rights between Akio Iyoku of Capsule Japan, who owns the anime and the games, versus Shueisha, who owns the manga. And if you remember that one, Shueisha was completely selling the bag and dragging their balls. Pause. But I could keep on going and drag this video to hell out. I could talk about how Studio Pierrot sold the bag when they were supposed to drop the Naruto recap episodes back in 2023. But the main thing that got the fans mad was because at the time it was supposed to drop, Bleach was coming back strong with 1,000 Year Blood War getting animated, along with Gear 5 Luffy getting animated for the first time, aside from Film Red. So while it seems like JC Staff is completely shitting on one of the biggest IPs of all time, at the end of the day, remember this: the higher ups are the ones that are taking control.